and we met in a home or a condo of one of our people there, and the Bittners, they were called brother and sister Bittner, and there were 27 people there, and they signed that they wanted to start this church. And one lady that was there, an elderly lady, again, and I think some of you know the Feuderins perhaps, but one, Mrs. Feuderin, the grandmother, as she was there, she said, "Yes, we're going to have this church no matter what anybody says." She said, "We're going to do it." And so we met, and then we met from there and went over to rent a little place from the Seventh-day Adventists that had been their church, but it had fallen apart, and they were no longer involved. So we rented it, and after a year, we said, well, we'd like to buy it. Well, they weren't sure about selling it, but we prayed about it, and finally they decided, and $90,000 later, we had the building. And there was another building behind it, 2 little buildings, and yet very comfortable, very nice. And we were able to, with what we had, and as it began to grow, we had sufficient room in those 2 particular buildings. And then, of course, we went on to build the larger building later.
And we're sitting right now in that other building that sits behind it. This was it's hard to imagine having 40 people in here for a fellowship meal, but this was the fellowship hall back then, and
that's right.
Cozy, no social distancing.
So, and even here, as you say, we had up to 40 people in this one room. It never seemed to be really crowded because most of them were sitting down, and then we would have them stand up when they had their birthdays, and we would sing to them, and the anniversaries, the different ones. And I've seen pictures of my wife and I up there, and then the different ones that we've known through the years. And these people that were there, as we started this, I had been with them for 8 years at least.
Right.
And so they knew me, I knew them, and we wanted to do something to continue a testimony for the Lord in this place. And so and we're still around. Yeah. But again, when we came here, of course, and we continued the Bible conference sort of thinking in my aspect to reach the people for Christ and to keep them walking with the Lord. But, as we went along, different ones just came up, stood up. We have people here in the church now that are the children of the parents, that I was dealing with here when we started. And that was amazing. And then, we bought that property, and that cost us $90,000. And then we asked if the Seventh-day Adventists would sell this piece of property next to us here, and that was $55,000. And then we built that building again, and we paid $250,000 cash when we paid that. And then we bought the property on the other side of us, which is a beautiful lay of land up there. And that was, again, $120,000. And as I saw the Lord work, and we come out debt-free,
Amen.
And it was marvelous. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. My problem is now I don't have quite the energy that I used to have. And so that's a limitation. But nonetheless, the Lord's still on the throne. He has a work to be done. And, I would be glad to do more if I had a little more energy. It comes and goes a lot, And my doctor, I got so many doctors that, eye doctor, ear doctor, heart doctor.
Lung doctor.
A little bit of everything. But the Lord's still in control. Yeah.
Amen.
And I appreciate, the fact that you came out of our camp ministry and that you heard the gospel time and again. And then by the grace of God, he reached your heart and you believed in him there at camp. and made your testimony verse right there at camp. And that, I remember that. And you know, and to me it's satisfying because I can tell people. I say, well, where's your church? I said, well, it's my church, but it's not my church. I said, you know, Pastor Steve is. And then I tell him, I said, you know, he's a boy that was in the camp and now he's in, and this is what we want. We want our children to go to camp and go into the ministry or whatever the Lord has for them. And so I'm glad I've got that. I can use that as a testimony, and people are interested to hear.
Amen. Well, I think we'll bring this to a close.
Yes.
And I want you to do something for me, though. I'm going to say, thanks for watching. And then you say, you better subscribe. There's something like that, whatever you want to say. But ask people to subscribe. This right here I'm going to cut out. But I'm going to say, thanks for watching. And then you say, please subscribe. Or else, or something. I don't know. All right?
You want me to put a stamp of approval on your statement?
That's right. Well, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and you're going to ask people to subscribe to the channel.
Oh, subscribe to the channel.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, thanks for watching.
And you better, because it's interesting.
Amen. And please subscribe.
Please subscribe. You have to subscribe. You have to pay for it.
No, it's free. It's a free subscription. But that's good enough. That's perfect.
Okay. Cut it out.